Two, Aldermanic Notice, New Haven. The Tax Abatement Committee will hold a public hearing today, November 28th, 2023, at 6 p.m. in the Aldermanic Chambers to hear the items. Item number 1, LM-2023-0583, order abating deferred collection of for property taxes due from Linda Hines, her residence, grand list of 2020 through 2022. Item number 2, LM-2023-0551, order concerning real property taxes of Angel Borrero, tax account number 925453. Item number 3, LM-2023-0586, order concerning real property taxes of Community Action Agency of New Haven, tax account numbers 52411, 60916, 60917, and 60918. Item number 4, LM-2023-0553, order concerning real property taxes of 1546 Chapel LLC, account number 22773. Item number 5, LM-2023-0522, order concerning real property taxes of Tamika Dixon on motor vehicle tax account 759982. Item 6, LM-2023-0506, order concerning real property taxes of Michael Bentley on motor vehicle tax accounts 926048 and 5443. These are filed with the city clerk and may be inspected at room 202, Oak Street, in New Haven, Connecticut, 06510. Order on proposing Crespo Chair, task Michael Star, City Clerk. If you need a discipline-related accommodation, please call 3 business days in advance at 203-946-7651 voice or 203-946-8582 TY. Public comment or public testimony may also be submitted via email to publictestimony@newhavenct.gov before 2 p.m. the day of the meeting. I'd like to welcome you again this evening to the Tax Abatement Committee, and I'd like to introduce my committee starting from my right.
Ernie Santiago, Ward 15.
Frank Douglas, Ward 2. Hampton Singh, Ward 5.
Jose Crespo, Ward 16, Chair, and to my right is Vice Chair. I'd like to also thank the Office of the Assembly's Office. Also, Lucas for being with us. And at this time, I'd like to ask Linda Hines to please come up to the table. And just some housekeeping rules. We're going to ask for every person who comes up, state your name and address for the record, and then state your case. And then we'll open up the floor for questions. And then, yes, have a seat. And then we will continue the conversation. You can certainly stay into the end to see what this committee will do, what is the actions that we're going to take, but ultimately you can always call down tomorrow, ask those recommendations of this committee. And at this time, if you can just pull the mic
To you.
closer to your
Pull
voice.
it right over to you.
My name is Linda Hines.
A little bit down.
My name is Linda Hines. 128 Shell on Carrollton. So with the of this program. And everybody's going through something. I just lost a brother 4 days ago.
I'm
So
sorry.
my heart's kind of heavy. Only 63 years old. Massive heart attack, so.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I lost one July 2nd, 2 brothers in 1 year. Well, again, I
Indeed. Thank you for coming down. I do see that you've met the requirements of prior. You still meet the requirements. So at this point, My deepest condolences to you and your family. I certainly will send prayers to you. But this time, I'd like to open up the floor and just take my questions at this time. Seeing none. Oh, comment.
I'd like to take it back off the chair. Thank you for coming down, taking your time. I know you're going through a hard time right now. Share our deepest condolences with you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, all members. We're all set. Thank you. You can certainly sit and wait, or you can certainly at home, and then you can calm down if you'd like, or you can certainly wait.
I can.
Cool.
You're welcome.
This time, we call Angel to the floor, please.
He said I can go.
Certainly.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I'm Bishop Herrera, and this is my church treasurer, Sister Iris. How you doing, Ernie?
All right, what's up?
We
Oh,
went to high school together.
yeah, I didn't recognize you. What's up? Everything good?
I'm
All
blessed.
right.
Blessings, everyone.
And if you just have your address for the record.
Yes, I live in 763 North Colony Road in Marion, Connecticut. I've been here since the original purchase of this building. We bought the building December of last year. It's always been a church. She's a witness, my associate pastor, which is Maria Pascual, you know her?
Yes.
Pascual. She couldn't make it. The reason we bought this church, going away for 17 years for a prayer answer. We worked very hard as a community of faith. The banks were willing to lend no to the church whatsoever. So the only option was for me to co-sign for the church, basically guarantee the loan to the bank. So I approve monthly, the bank takes the money right out of the church account. It's been since day one. And the property, that was the only way to buy it because my credit was not guaranteed in the bank. So I came here, so I got the tax bill, I went to the tax assessors and then to the government's office, and the gentleman right here helped me. I went and it was recommended for me to change the deed of the property by before October 1st. And we gathered up the money, you know, it's a small congregation, we've been doing a lot of missionary work in the state of Connecticut for 8 years. It's a nonprofit organization. All we do is serve like people in the community. We got the tax bill, and this is why I'm here, because from the beginning, it's never changed. It's always been a church. Before it's a church, we're a missionary church. It's a real life missionary church. We wanted to be a church, but I'm here trying to be compliant with the city of New Haven because we got this bill, as you know, for taxes. While it was under my tutor now, it's church's name, the deed. I'm here to ask, I was told not to worry about the taxes from the alderman's office to come to this meeting. Last month I couldn't make it, I was out in Central America. So when I spoke to the gentleman right here, he said, well, come by in November. I said, I'm not here, I'm trying to see if this can be resolved. We're a very small congregation, and all the funds that come to that congregation is just for the purpose of the kingdom. And I don't live as a pastor off the pulpit. I work every day, just like every other human being does. And trying to see what can you guys help me with. And we don't have the funds to pay $4,000 in taxes. I was told that if I had paid, and maybe the city will reimburse me but I couldn't do it at that time, so that's why I'm here.
Come forward, please. Give a mic.
Good, how's it going?
Oh, good, thanks. Name and.
Sure, my name is Michael Claudia from the,
Yeah, you can have this. You know this drill, you've been here before.
Michael Claudia from the assessor's office.
Perfect. I do see it over here that is approved, just want to confirm if anything that we should be avoiding. Given the situation, the property was purchased by Mr. Borrero, but it has been set, or given to church as a nonprofit, policy 3, correct? And then anything else that you may want to input, this is the easier for us to maybe approve it.
This type of thing's happened a handful of times over the years. I've worked in the office. Was been explained, the banks, don't want, or sometimes reluctant to give mortgages to churches, non-profits, have to temporarily put the property in the name of an individual to get the mortgage, and then transfer it back into the name of the church. However, when that happens, it triggers our office to remove the property tax exemption because it doesn't provide a tax exemption.
Excellent. Mr. Vice Chair.
They've been already approved for the tax assessment.
Yeah, I think.
So, yeah, so he used to be a church anyway before.
Yeah, it's
So-
simply just like more of a logistical thing.
Yeah, so he's just like playing by the way, so I don't know what question.
Mr. Vice Chair.
We appreciate all you do. I'm just trying to understand, so it's transferred, you had a quick deed church into your name, and now it's back in the church's name? I now understand, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Closing. Mr. Vice Chair.
Yeah, so, actually, it might be a question for you, so, because. But,
I hear you. I had the same thought.
Yeah.
So, Ian mentioned, Mr. Butler, you mentioned $4,000. But we're looking here at the $7,533.46.
Yes, originally when I got this was $4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the original.
$4,000 first payment.
Yep.
It would have been a total of over 7,000 with a payment due in January.
Of next year.
Right.
Perfect.
we good? Yeah.
Got it. And we would like to add. No? Okay.
Smile. Yeah, that's what I say, yeah.
And you said that the property was purchased, you said December last year? Okay. Committee members. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you. See you.
Bless you, my brother.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Glad you're doing well.
Yeah, thank you
Keep up the
too.
good work.
Thank you.
That's a cute church, though. I like this church over there.
Thank you. I'm trying to fix that. That's me. Thank you.
This time, I'd like to ask the Community Action Agency of New Haven to please come to the table.
All this.
My name is Amos Smith. I'm President and CEO of the Community Action Agency of New Haven. We're 419 Whaley Avenue. We are a not-for-profit organization now in New Haven, about 45 years, coming up on 45 years. We're here to ask for relief of taxes on cars and property. I think that there is a mix-up on, but we subbed out our financial back office, and I think there was some delay in filing reports. I now have a number of the assessors offices received our report, but we're still charging us taxes going into 2024. We have served last year, 22-23, 13,309 families, representing about 30,000, 10,000 of those families in the Haven families. Every penny that we get goes for to keep them housed and keep the food. And all that we don't spend on parties, we try to pay our staff salary. And so, at tax exempt organization, we would hope that the city would understand that if we have delays, that we're able to ask for an abatement, so that we keep things well. If any monies that we're paying, for the city is taking money out of program for our constituents. We serve every ward in this. We serve all the Haven and the state. At the regional approach, we concerned about people that live in New Haven, all the other havens in Hampton, and who overcharged with rent and can't afford their rent anymore. We with them new housing. We're working with the state program that's helping people who have mortgages keep their house if they have if they're not able to pay their mortgage for 6 months or a year. We've been able to help people find $50,000 that grant don't have to pay back. And so any dollars that we get goes mostly to our clients and our staff. So, and we're trying to buy a building. And last year we were here because for taxes on a building that we didn't own. So don't know how that happened. I appreciate anything you all can do for our call.
I appreciate that, Mr. President. Thank you. One of the things that I can say is I can attest to the work that the agency has done. I've been able to service over 100 elderly residents and individuals that are disabled with needs for energy assistance. And the agency has been instrumental in making that happen, especially for the community. So thank you for that. And the fact that the organization has been doing this for 4 decades is a testament to the work that you have done. So I want to commend you for that. And of course, I certainly am aware that you guys have been approved tax exemption as a nonprofit. Just for my understanding, some of the paperwork was filed late or wasn't filed. And since it has then been rectified, that you now have the document.
You know, hopefully this is the last one. That's a signature on the same file.
Yes.
So hopefully it will. And so hopefully.
Anything you want to add?
Yes, I worked the last year to get them down to the assessor's office to make that look good.
Perfect.
We finally got the right thing.
Mike, if you wouldn't mind terribly, come on out. And the organization currently has 4 vehicles.
We have 3 now. We sold off one to a staff member who was having transportation problems.
Okay.
So we basically almost gave her the car, make certain she can.
And it has been removed from.
It has been removed from ours.
One over here.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're trying to get better. We're always trying to get better and trying to get more to help people. We try to stay above the minimum wage so that people can, we believe in a livable wage. And so most of our people are making well over and any time that you went in contract, a big contract, we make our staff, try to share in that so that they could, um, so, so, about some of the rough spots in their own lives.
Indeed. And we have, I know paperwork has been submitted, anything else that we need to know? Perfect. Mr. President, thank you very much. Before you leave, I wanted to just highlight two names, only because these individuals work directly with the Community Action Agency. And they have worked tirelessly to, they've come into our organization, they have submitted multiple applications. Um, don't have the name here. I think Kathleen Cole was one of them.
Yeah.
Kamals is another one. And last but not least, Raquel Rios. I've worked with Raquel Rios hand in hand. Institution, she has gone to Casa, she has gone into the community, and I have to say that she has done a superb job by when she was no longer allowed to come because she didn't have any more time. She requested, hey, is anyone who can come back and provide assistance? And she was able to secure 2 more days to help those vulnerable individuals, and I have to say that has done a phenomenal job. So
Raquel's a rock star.
yes, yes.
And she joined us last year, actually last February, I think it was, February. And Raquel came in 2 months, so 900 people. And she is haunted by not being able to serve everybody that she could potentially serve. And so we're happy to have her. And that's the kind of talent that we're encouraging. And so she, in introductory period, was identified as one of the employees of the month, which doesn't happen for new people. Happened again for one other person last month, but she is clearly a rock star and she understands what she's supposed to be doing out there, and she's committed to doing it. And we don't get in her way.
Yeah.
She knows what she needs to do.
As a resident service coordinator, I'm working with her hand in hand to complete multiple applications, but as a alder, I have to say that kudos to your team, which is a testament to your leadership. So thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Those comments.
Come on.
Mr. Vice Chair.
So this is, the comments I got here, the notes I got here, is this just for the cars?
There was some equipment, something that we were being charged for. $4,000. There's a $4,000, there's a $9,552 personal property.
No, the reason I'm asking is because at the beginning you said cars and property, that's why we only got here cars, I want to make sure we cover everything, you don't have to come next month, because we forgot something,
Yep. Good catch, Mr. Vice Chair.
Something else. Personal property.
We get
We did that.
99% of our money from the federal and state government. So,
We could add that to the motion, right? If we could do it, yeah.
That's included in there.
Is it? Okay, perfect.
Okay.
If you look at the first account.
Yeah.
The one for the property. The one for, 2 for one vehicle, 1 for another vehicle.
thank you.
I see that.
Perfect.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All set, Mr. Vice Chair?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. You have a great evening.
You too.
Thank you for all the work you do.
Thank you. I said we had to see each other more often.
That's it. It's gonna happen. It's happening now.
Yeah.
You know.
At this time, I'd like to call 1526 Capital LLC. Evening. Name and address for the record, please.
Good evening, everybody.
Right.
Good, how are you? Attorney Timothy Lee, 388 Warren Street, in New Haven, for Roya Chavoyan, who is the member of 1546 LLC, which is the owner of the property, 1546 LLC.
Please state your case.
Sure. So Roya and her husband, in fact, purchased this property in 2017 for $170,000. They began the process of converting the property from a four-family house to a six-family house, and have run into one problem after the other with regard to the construction. And since 2017, they have not been able to rent the property out because it's not in condition to rent out at all. They hired a contractor to make the repairs. They had a account $500,000 to have a contractor rehab the building to make it livable. Contractor took the money, absconded with $85,000 worth of the funds, and did very little the work. They filed a police report. The police did an investigation. The police determined that the individual had stolen the money because the police were unable to track them down. They were never able to finish the process, the work on the property. More recently, they had another contractor go out there. They started working on the property. They had the property vandalized again, where thieves took $70,000 worth of copper piping and other things in there. Funds and resources. They would like to be able to finish the rehab of the house, but just don't have the funds to do it. Basically, we're throwing ourselves at the mercy of the commission to see if there's anything that the committee can do to help that fight, so they can get this property up and running. The property that serves the community as opposed to kind of detriment to the community as it's been for the last couple of years. And I've been to the city on a number of occasions, to the city. The city has been sympathetic to the situation that they're in. I think they're well aware of the situation. Multiply, they decided they recommended that Roya and her husband appear before you, and that's how we find ourselves here tonight. I do have, for the committee's consideration, if you like it, some of the documentation to support Roya's claim. And this is a spreadsheet of the expenses that Roya have incurred on the properties for the last 3 years, and they put almost $500,000 into the property. Also posting copies of the 2 police reports there, reports that really impacted their ability to complete the projects in hand.
So I very sympathetic to the situation. My first question is, have you gone before the Board of Assessment Appeals? I think this committee certainly has its obligation, but I don't think this situation particularly, my recommendation as the chair is that going through that assessment of appeal would be the best avenue to be able to get some sort of assistance. Because ultimately this evening, what is your ultimate ask?
So, and I appreciate the concern. I'm new to the project. I know Roy has been involved with Paul for the last couple months, probably more than that, trying to figure out the right way to go back to the and that we appear. So that's how we ended up. Ultimately, we're asking for a tax abatement, so that they could put the money that we presumably would save on taxes into the property to get the property up and running, so that it actually could generate some revenue and some tax revenue.
Gotcha. Don, do you want to provide some insight on this? I mean, ultimately, do you have any information you want to add? I believe that this one in particular.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking. I was looking at the house. Yeah. It's right next to a underpass, the hospital. Before that triangle, Street and Chuck. Right before that.
Mike, you have an opportunity to come up.
Place on the corner.
Yeah, so you know, some texting, I was too. Yeah, I will show you that. I won't disrespect you like that.
So let's look at the police reports here.
Yeah, there's two, basically for the two, well, there's three. There's the initial. So, police report, it's not the copy.
Alder Douglas.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Have you all confronted or had a conversation with the alder of that ward to see if you get some feedback or whatever?
I'm relatively new to this process, so I'm gonna ask Roy, have you had any communication with people, all their family?
Well, maybe first say a few words.
If you can just say your actual.
Yeah, Gloria Shavoya, so I want to thank all of you for taking the time to meet with me tonight. I appreciate it very much. I purchased this property for $170,000 with my life savings, hoping that it's going to bring me the rental income I need. I have 3 kids that I'm supporting, and I thought this would be a great way. But when I opened the doors, I saw that it was very much vandalized. They had ripped out all the wires, all the plumbing, all electric, anything that they could destroy or take out of the property, they did. Very fun. But in all honesty, I didn't give up. We said, okay, I'm going to make the and I to start construction, and that's why that's what happened. As Tim explained to you, Mr. Turley ran out with my money. And then, of course, COVID hit, and it was very difficult. I couldn't find anyone else, and this is just me. This is not a good company. This is just me and my husband trying to buy a house so we can support ourselves, support our kids. Uh, Series of unfortunate things have happened, unfortunately, and my deadline for insurance is December 4th. They don't want to renew my insurance anymore. I've submitted my insurance claim. They have yet to answer me. Uh, and, and basically I'm just, you know, running out of time. And that's why I did call. I believe 2 years ago when this was really overwhelming for me, I did go in February and submit all the documents, try to get this taxes lower. And back then, I wasn't in such financial burden as I am now. Now it's even worse. I didn't work and they denied me. More recently, as Tim explained to you, I came to this building as this suggested as representative of the country. We need to come and see what steps you can take. And I went upstairs and downstairs, and upstairs and downstairs, and I told them exactly what's going on. So I explained my story to everyone I could, and really I'm at your mercy right now. And, that's where it's at. And I know that I really like New Haven. I think it's a beautiful town, and I know that I know this is my house, and I'm trying to get rental income. But every house that they make and is newly renovated, it's good for New Haven. It's good for the people who need to rent. I know there's a shortage of rental units in New Haven, and this can help. So it's like,
So we, we want to hear you. And so we certainly understand, so the value can only be reduced by the assessor's office. We would recommend that the Board of Assessment of Appeals, and Donna, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that committee or that particular commission, or that particular board rather, is the most appropriate avenue to consider. I don't know if we've done that already, but that would be ultimately the best board to speak with and have meetings with them, some answers. Um, my, is anything that you can provide for clarity. Well, ultimately, I'm not sure if you want to provide input. I think that would be the best board to have an opportunity to get this addressed. So you're requesting for an abatement on taxes or abatement on property value?
Well, ultimately it comes down to the taxes, right? So we're requesting abatement of the taxes, and I certainly appreciate the issue of the valuation of the property and how that impacts the taxes. Have that discussion with the assessors on this regarding that. Although I'm new to it, there's some check. A little out of whack that it's worth $50,000 and not having any income generated in the property for the year. So the valuation of the property does seem high relative to their ability to use the property. But Mr. Anderson just has power over the tax abatement, so you can see your way to find a tax abatement for this particular property.
And what is the tax amount that you've paid thus far? Or what are the taxes?
Well, it used to be seven and change, and now they've raised it to 11,500 or something in that ballpark. 11,000, 30%.
So I did notice that there was an increase. So you paid so far 5,000, and then it went up to 11,848.
Well, in January, the second portion is due.
Gotcha.
For this year, I have paid 5,000.
5,024 half, and the following 5,053 cents. I think suggestion at all.
The Board of Assessment, which you said you've gone to, which the recourse from that is very court within 60 days of Board of Assessment Appeals. And in failure to that, you can also file in the Superior Court by October 1st of that particular year.
That's a year away.
Then the alternative is just back to Board of Assessment Appeals again.
Yeah, because ultimately, we hear you. We hear what you're saying. I think this would be the best recourse at this time. That Board of Assessment Appeals. Any questions or comments?
I got
Discussion.
I don't think you have gone to the Board of Civil Appeals yet, right?
I did not go.
So that's-
You went. So one action is to go to the Board of Assessment Appeals. I think we can go to court, right? Under the argument. But to do that, obviously, that's a cost for them
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Have you gone or you have not gone? Because according to this right here, to our notes, it says she has to go through the board. That means you have not gone.
You mean in February when I give comparable forms and write an application? Is that what you're referring to?
Is that,
Is that what you're referring to? I've done that.
but no, but have you gone there? Because you filed the date, and
Yes.
then you go.
Yes,
You've been there?
yes.
Because according to this, it says she has to go to.
Well, that's what she has to do.
Yeah, okay. Now, my question is more, what can we do? I don't get it. What can we do to help them? Can we defer the taxes of the construction, they can pay whatever, is on hold? You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of a freeze while they, but you know what I'm saying? Like, try to help them somehow on the taxes.
Very limited
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. What can we do to help?
case, there is nothing in the state statutes ordinance
Mhm.
that really permits us to do anything other than work as an intermediary
Yeah.
through the assessor's office.
Because I think it was last year, something similar happened. I think it was on Hazel Street. Remember that the house that they bought without looking inside and everything was, all the copper was gone?
But they did go,
Oh, they did, okay, that's why when we said, that, it brought me back to that was the case we had last year. Hazel Street, right? It was, yeah, I know, but
just
I just-
hammer it within the assessor's office.
Yeah.
Of property,
because they got devalued because of that, right? Because they did go,
anything that the board itself.
yeah. No, but when they said that, it brought me back to that, and I wonder what we did for them, so we could do,
Sure, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And certainly, we're going to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
In the interim, if the assessor's office is interested in going to the property, we're certainly make.
Alder Douglas.
Yeah, just a question concerning something you previously said. You said that the insurance company pushed you away, they're not gonna insure you?
That's right.
So what are you gonna do about that? I mean, how are you going to insure?
Pray to God. I'm in trouble. I'm very nervous. That's why I said these are not ordinary circumstances. I didn't really think that these would happen. They do not. I will not have. They won't. They won't do it.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Douglas. I would have to recommend and reiterate that, stated, the Board of Assessment Appeals would be your best venue. And then ultimately, maybe,
What? What? You want me to wait till February? It's 3 months away. You want me to wait 3 months and do what?
unfortunately, I can't give you legal advice. That's why you have your,
I know,
but we can make a recommendation, which is,
But this is not an ordinary case, that's what I said before. I'm in deep trouble.
indeed,
And, you want to make New Haven a better place. And I would like assistance to help you make that a better place. But New Haven is not winning either. This is a lose-lose situation. With the property just staying the way it is, undone, there's more vandalism. I don't have insurance, who knows what's gonna happen next? An empty house. We need to think of a win-win situation. Right now, this is a win-win situation, both for you and I.
I hear you. And I sympathize with those. But I would have to stress again that the venue would probably be best for you in your household to be on the Board of Assessment Appeals.
Can you freeze the taxes till I get my head out of the water a bit?
If we can, we will have that authority
So
to.
who does? The assessors?
Special tax. Assessment.
Correct.
We can.
Okay.
Yes. And see if there's any.
And if we evaluated and reassessed and ultimately reduced, then at that point, we would probably be in the, would be without. But at this point, there's not much that we can.
These expenses, I would help. This is the first time here. First I go to the assessor's office and then how would help.
Ultimately, let's say that the house or the property was evaluated and assessed to be less, and ultimately you've paid already half of the taxes. Let's say that those taxes can maybe be reimbursed, directly charged. But, yeah, well, exactly credited. That would be my suggestion. Tom, do you want to add as well?
There is a possibility if they talk to LPI about the 5-year phase in for construction. which is 20% year, 40% next year, each year.
In the phase
The taxable value increased by 20%, but you'd have to go to LCI to see if you qualify for that program.
Okay,
What does LCI stand for?
Livable City Initiative.
Look to Marriott at Livable City Initiative. They know my plea, they know. They know the conditions of the house, they've been in it, they know that there was vandalism, they know me well.
Did you go through that 5-phase program? How'd you
No,
go?
I have not.
I think it's a really good start. I don't think it has its- Any other questions?
Probably could, I mean, my other suggestion is what Honorable Douglas said, reach out to the owner of the area, which, by the way, happens to be our president, Walker Myers. So talk to her, she probably could, I mean, the house. Ask what she can do for you.
Write her a letter or talk
You know,
call
if you
her.
could talk to her, the situation is on her ward, she don't wanna see blight on her ward, she might be able to, you know, I'm not saying that she will no promises, but talk to her, she's a, Aisha Wakumar, she's the president. That's her work, right? Yeah, so, talk to her, I said, I mean, I'm asking him what we could do, if we could freeze them, because I know the situation, we actually tried, but, and like, she said, if he does get reduced, go back 3 years or 3 years. Credit, that's how it goes.
The
3
Board of
or more
Assessment
years.
Appeals brings down to that, I believe, we made that decision for prior year.
Right, you know,
Depends on when they, back to when they purchased it those years at that new value.
but they can only go to back 3 years, and how long, what is it?
2017.
6 years, so we probably could go back a little more. Because you only could go about 3 years, right?
We only go back as far as the last revaluation.
Yeah.
It's,
I mean, we want to be
I
between,
know you want
to be, you know,
I know.
to be nice, and I agree with you, and we want our constituents, right now, with the housing problem that we got, we need that house.
I know, I hear you, I hear you. I know you want to.
Yeah.
You do it, you do it. So I just wanted to, you want me to talk to the Livermore City Initiative,
Correct. LCI?
LCI,
Well, that's
and
the-
tell them my story as I have told you.
And complete, there's an application.
There's an application.
For a 5-year.
Is that clear?
Excuse me one second.
talk to LCI, tell them that you are redoing that. For construction phase.
Construction phase,
Yeah. That's a key idea.
okay?
They can talk to you more about exactly what type of programs they have that could help you, or that might help you.
Okay, thank you. And I should contact the president and see if she could help.
That is your alternate, correct?
That's the most I could do.
And we'll take the tax bills and burn away.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for coming
Best of luck. It's me.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And the contact for LCI is Clay Williams.
That's right, yeah.
Mr. Clay Williams, we were looking at the property value, what is valued today and what is valued 2 years ago. It's in construction. So they would revalue, the value per year in. So, Mr. Clay Williams.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening and thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
out.
Thank you for
Best
your
of luck.
time.
You're welcome. I'd like to call Tamika Dixon to the table. Tamika Dixon? Tamika Dixon, at this time, I'd like to ask Michael Bentley. Michael Bentley? Michael Bentley. Seeing none?
I tried to get a hold of this. Been here the last two times because he's out of work. Before we come down here, so.
Let's extend them another invite.
What I
Or
would
do we
do-
need to withdraw?
What I would do is get leave to withdraw,
Let's do it.
and if he wishes to reapply at a future date, not a problem.
He can. Anything with Tamika Dixon?
Same problem, her voicemail is full.
Third time?
Doesn't matter.
Need to withdraw?
I can't get a hold of her.
I got you. I will ask anyone from the public who wishes to testify on items 1 through 6. Does anybody from the public wish to testify in favor or against items 1 through 6? Does anybody from the public wish to testify on items 1 through 6? Seeing none?
No, okay.
Order of order. Alder Douglas.
I move that we close the public portion.
The motion has been moved to close the public portion of this meeting. On discussion, seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? I hereby close the public portion of this meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Alder Douglas.
Item 1, I move that we forgive all of the time.
Let's just say, house abatement.
Oh,
She would love it if you give it.
Yeah.
okay.
You wanna do that?
Good, good.
Alder Douglas, try that again.
I move that we allow Ms. Hines to accept the tax abatement.
Second.
Discussion. It has been moved and seconded. She meets the program for deferral of collection of property taxes. She's done in 2020, 2021, now in 2022. She definitely has multiple barriers, and she qualifies for that tax abatement. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor to approve this item to be accepted as a deferral, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, abstention? Ayes have it. Question.
Sure, let me see how we do it. I move that we approve Angel Borrero's church to forgive all, the tax and interest and all the fees, because they are in no profit. They usually no profit, not no profit again. So I move that we forgive them.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. Seeing Alder Singh.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I was looking through to this matter. I urge my colleagues to vote favorable to this item because it was more of a clerical issue. So we are trying to get some finance to Barrero in terms of properties on the church name. The church didn't have a credit to seek the financing, so they had to claim it to name personally to get the loan and then reclaim it back. So it was a timely manner, but it was a clerical.
I concur. All in favor to approve this item, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Ayes have it. Alder Douglas. Mr. Vice Chair.
I. Chair. Mr. Chair.
Alder Singh.
I move item number 3.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. Alder Singh.
Mr. Chair, community action agency for in the community, and they've done a wonderful job. I mean, in my community, getting benefit lately from the Thanksgiving drive. They assist us in our community for like 80 turkeys.
Yeah.
In my work personally. And they have been qualified as tax abatement through the 5 but they have filed a little late, so they do qualify. So, with my colleagues.
Any additional discussion?
Well,
Alder, Mr. Vice Chair.
motions hasn't been made, though.
It's moved. The item has been moved.
Right, so,
I would like to entertain,
motion.
well, they moved it and seconded. More discussion.
What a motion has been done.
Yes, there's a motion on the table. Would you like to, add a friendly amendment?
No.
All Douglas?
Yeah, I just concur with my colleague. Community Action has been here around here for over 40 years and have done tremendous work for people in this, in the New Haven community, and abroad and abound. Yeah, I think. We're good.
Any further discussion? Agreed, all in favor?
Aye.
I mean, the item has been moved, but what is the request that you would like, I'll just say?
I would like to request to forget the levy on, the taxes. Oh, by coming down to the agency. To be forgiven.
I have this. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Testing, testing. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Thank you for that point of clarity. Alder Singh, all in favor to approve the item to waive the everything, taxes, interests,
Fees.
and indicating the aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes have it. Alder Douglas. Mr. Vice Chair.
Mr. Vice.
Well, any. No. Yeah, no, I was gonna, I move that we do, 4, 5, and 6, give it leave to withdraw.
Second?
Discussion. I believe that for 5046 Chapel LLC, they have to go before the Board of Assessment Appeals. This committee cannot do much, so they have to go to the appropriate body. And then items 5 and 6, they have been given multiple alerts to come before us, and they have not. They can so choose to contact Don or the office to reapply and request a hearing. Seeing that there's no more comments, all in favor to approve items 4, 5, and 6 to leave to withdraw, if you are not.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? The ayes have it. Motions to adjourn.
Move.
Oh, perfect. Discussion needed. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. I hereby adjourn this meeting.
Do this.